Hey everybody, welcome to the shack. I'm Rick. I'm outside, so if you see me doing this, I'm not having some type of an epileptic fit, or I don't have Tourette's or anything. It's just because there's gnats and bugs, and Lord help me, I gotta get my shop cleaned out so I get in. I get tired of working out here because of the bugs. I love actually working outside, but last couple years have been terrible with stinking bugs and gnats. It's just, they're all over the damn place. I can't even be out here. I'm just like going crazy. But I just want to go over some tools, but some of the things that I use in a particular brand that I really like. Did I say I really like them? Because I really like them. That's Woodpeckers. They are made in Ohio out of machine shop, so they are 100% American made, and I cannot stress that enough. I'm getting more and more of the Woodpecker tools, and I just wanted to kind of go over a little bit with you because I have a few here. I have 2 on order, and look in the description below because I have links to every one of these tools, and some of these are one-time tools. They are produced after they get so many orders, then that's it. They don't make them no more. But if there's enough interest, they will come back into production, and it usually is a couple of years. So if there's anything you like, and again, check in the description, I will have a link to the Woodpecker website. Check out their one-time tool, make you a wish list. They will notify you when things come back. So I got a couple of tools here. I'm just going to go through real quick and let you see. These are some of the things that I use, and some of them you can see I'm in the middle of finishing up some more shelves for my customer, and I actually use this stuff on it. Even though it may be a one-time tool, again, if you like it, put your name on the list, on the wish list. If it comes back in production, if they have enough interest in it, they'll notify you and you can buy it. That way you can always start putting a little money aside and keep it for your wish list. And a little side note, if you do buy something, it usually takes a few months. So like one of the tools I am hopefully getting this month, November 2016. The other tool that I bought, I am not scheduled to receive this tool till February 2017. So keep that in mind. You may have 4 or 5 months before it actually ships. So if it's $200-300, you can probably put the money aside and save it up by the time it arrives, because they will not charge you until it ships. So that's cool. So I went ahead and bought this one tool knowing that I'm not going to get it till next year, so I can put money aside. Little private stash, so when we get the charge on the car, my wife's like, what'd you buy now? It's like, here's the money, put aside. Happy wife, happy life. No surprises. So let's get over, I just go a quick overview of these tools. Now the very first tool I ever got from Woodpecker, this is the saw gauge. I got this for setting it in my table saw to make sure that it was aligned properly. You can use this for your router table. If you have a split fence, if you want to use it as a planer, you can set one table or one fence at a certain measurement. If you have guides, slide it past to the other side, offset it just a couple hundred thousandths, whatever. That way you can just take off 64th, 32nd each time until you to get that board straight and true, and you can use your router as a planer. You can also use this for drill press. I mean, there's so many different functions to utilize this for, in different ways to set it to gauge things. And I can actually use this on my miter saw, and I can set it on there, pull the blade out, and make sure that thing's coming out straight. So there's no, the very little variance. If it stays straight, I'm good. That was my very first tool, and I love this thing, and it's very vital in making sure your table saw and thing are straight and true. Now the first one that I actually ordered and had to wait on is this tool. This is a one-time tool, odd job tool. This is a multi-function tool, and I absolutely love it. And the main reason I got this tool, other than the multiple functionality of it, I mean, you can use this as a square, put on your material, mark it. You can make marks, and it's got a notch right here for the pencil and indentation, so you can mark your item. Has a scribe tool, so if you want it at 1 inch, you set this about right there, you can measure it, and then of course you go along with that little seriously hard point, and you can mark a line, you scribe a line. It is a 45 angle finder. Make sure your 45s are true, because all woodpecker tools are machined within 0.00 thousandths of an inch accuracy. That is seriously accurate stuff. You cannot buy this at your local Home Depot, Lowe's store to get quality precision like this. It has, I got the smaller one. It has a larger one that has a 12-inch ruler. I didn't need that because I used the heck out of my little 3-inch combination square, so this was perfect for me. Use it for little things. But I got this mainly because you can set this in here, and I wanted to make a little large one so I could use this one. This is the stainless steel 8-inch ruler. This little adapter will unscrew, fit in here, you screw it on. It's got a very small hole right here, just enough for the pencil lead to come through. You set that on there, you have a tip you screw out, it's got a little pointer here, you set it on your project, whatever you're going to do, and you got a compass. You can make circles with this all day. That's why I got it, because there are times I need to make a circle and I'm looking for paint cans, coffee cans, all kinds of stuff to make a stinking circle. Now I have this to do it for. That was my main reason to get it, plus the functionality of multiple other tools all rolled into one neat little thing. You can actually tie a string on this and you got a plumb bob. You want to use it for that, you got that too. Plus it has a level back here, so you can use this, make sure your stuff's level. You got 45, you got the scribe tool, and you got this. I mean, look how smooth this is. That is precision, and it glides like stinking silk, man. It's beautiful, beautiful stuff. So that is my odd job, whoops, my one-time tool, the Odd Job XL, and this is the 6-inch with the additional 8-inch ruler that fits right here, and that's nice. These are all cut, everything fits good in there, perfect. Look in the link below. I will have links to all these, and if you like that, put it on the wish list. They'll notify you when there's enough interest and they come back into production. Now sometimes they will have certain items that for some reason people didn't come through buy them, they have leftover. Some items may have not had the proper finish, so they little flaws on them, and they'll have sales. That's how I got all these. They had sales on them. First one I got was a 6-inch square. I used the heck out of this. Now if I was going to use this for measuring purposes, I would have gotten one that had the stainless steel blade. Now this is the blade from the one-time tool, the Odd Job tool, and if you could see difference in thickness. So this would be easier to mark the measurements with because it's closer to the wood versus this. I got this mainly for that reason of making sure my table saw squared up, making sure my miter saw is still square. I mean, something quick, throw it in there. Okay, it's still right on. There's no gap. It's perfect. It's good. And for doing woodworking, I'll set it on this here. and I'll put my wood next to this. Put the wood there and make sure it's at a 90 degree. So this is the Woodpeckers Precision Woodworking Square in the model 641. It's a 6-inch square. Look in the comment below. I'll have the link to this. Next one are these 6-inch precision clamping squares. I kicked myself in the butt for not ordering 2 sets of these. I actually want 4 complete sets, so when I'm doing cabinets or something, I can square it on the bottom, square the tops, keeps everything true, and do all 4 corners. Unfortunately, these came back around and they had a sale on them. I was gone by the time I get back. They were sold out, so I keep them on my wish list. I still want 6 more of these, so I want 3 more sets yet. If you're making a project, you want to clamp it up. You make sure that way it stays nice and square. Or you can even double stack these, make a heavy duty super clamping square if you're doing a large project. But that's why I want multiples of these, so if I have a tall project, I can put one down here, clamp it, put one on my top, clamp it, and that way it keeps everything nice and square. As it dries, it's perfect for stuff like that. And the other type, this is the Woodpecker miter clamping set. Get off me, fly. And I got 2 sets of these. There's 2 per. So I got 4 corners I can do, and I got these for picture frames, and they work on the same principle. You set this on the outside, this goes on the inside, clamp it together, whoops, clamp it together. And that way you got make sure your joint's nice and tight. And that way these are small enough, and I got these specifically for making all the picture frames and stuff I'm gonna have to make in my room in the house now. Now there are 2 more items that I bought that have not shipped yet. One is a angle finder, basically a much more precision and nicer one than this $10 one. It actually cost almost $100 for it. But I use these quite often, especially if I'm doing base molding and stuff. A lot of the times the walls are not true at all. So I will use this to make sure just what the angles are. And I know my stepfather taught me a way of doing it that would always allow me to have the tip would fit and it give me flexibility depending on how the walls were set. But I'm a little more, I'm just kind of got an anal thing about that, so I use these all the time, checking angles to make sure they're right, and that way if they're off a little bit I can adjust my miter saw to compensate. Plus the fact that it has this 3-inch aluminum plate that's coming with it that costs like $35–40 bucks. But it has every single angle etched on it in 1/4 degree increments. So if I set this in a corner, I got that, and I'm not sure, I could go to that plate, look on there, line it up like, oh, right there it is. It's at, I'm 3 degrees off. So I can compensate my saw without having to take this, taking the chance of hitting it, moving it. I'm like, oh, dang it, now I gotta go back and reset it to get it right. I can use that, set it, go, okay, I'm off 3 degrees, go to my miter saw, set my 3 degrees, and I'm done. So I will use that a lot on jobs and even things around the house. Damn, fuck, man. Leave me alone. And the only other item that I'm getting, and it's not due to ship till February of 2017, and that is a dowel jig. Very expensive, but bugs. It doesn't ship till then. It gives me time to save the money up. And there's another one out there. I know people are already complaining, like, how can you seriously spend that kind of money on that? When I get it, I will go more in depth on the review versus the other one that everybody else says you should be buying because it's half the price. When I started comparing them, there are a few things that really stood out, and that's why I went for the Woodpeckers one, regardless of the money. So when I get that, I will have a much more depth review versus the other one. I'll do a comparison. And that is it, man. That's some of the tools that I have acquired through Woodpecker because I absolutely love the precision of their tools. I truly love the fact that they are 100% American made. That's why I don't mind spending the money, because I know this is keeping America, guys, working. This is keeping America strong, and we prove that we can put out quality, good products. You may pay a price, but hey, we're America. We're worth it, buddy. So that is it. Thank you for viewing. Just a little overview. Check the description below. I have all the information, links to every tool, and the ones due to show up hopefully this month, 2016, November 2016, and the ones supposed to show up February 2017. So I can't show links to any of those because I don't have them yet. But when they arrive, I will try to get a link to that tool here somewhere to let you know. But it won't be until after they arrive. That's it. Thanks again for watching. Be blessed. Get out to take back your shack. Follow me as I take mine back through all the stuff, rhetoric and politics and life and all the onslaught. But this is the safe haven. As I always tell you, get out there. Make it for a friend. Always make it for family. But most importantly, make it for your sanity. Thanks again for watching. See you next video.